I'll start with the retention side. I think that the number one way to retain people is not necessarily going to be related to compensation, which we talk about a lot. We do have some really interesting things going on that side, such as the Defense Language Initiative, compensating people for Python like we would for Mandarin, doing retention bonuses and things along those lines. But what will really keep people in the military especially is making sure that we are putting them in positions where they can use those talents in a way that they are passionate about to help the mission. And unfortunately, we still have developers that get stuck doing SharePoint development when they could be developing the next really cool thing for the electronic flight bag, or doing something innovative with regard to pulling together sensor data more quickly for multi-domain operations. And so we need to fix that. As far as recruiting people, I think we have a really great story that we don't always tell as well as we could. But I joined the Air Force because I was incredibly excited about the mission. When I tell my story, I have founders approach me and just say, you know what, when I finish my exit and I'm looking for that next mission, I would love to come into the military. And so we have more people that are interested in coming in at a senior level to solve multi-billion-dollar problems that help our country, that frankly, you just cannot do that anywhere. And then we have organizations like Pt.4, where it's 19-year-old kids that are like, you know what, I can go work for Facebook any day. I want to go do something that I can't do anywhere else, and it feels good for them. And so I'm excited about those, but we also need to have new labor categories that actually describe positions correctly. I was on a panel earlier today where one of my colleagues pointed out that if we were hiring Mark Zuckerberg, he wouldn't actually qualify for just about any of the labor categories because they focus on certifications and degrees, they don't focus on talent. So we need to find a way to actually measure people based on talent, to test skills and compensate for those skills. And I'll say it also becomes an issue for women and minorities in the workplace because, and I learned this from a Harvard professor recently, he finds all of his data scientists from the librarians that are leaving their jobs because he can teach a librarian the tech side more so than he can take a technical person and make them care about some of the level of detail and the care for data that a librarian has. And a lot of the CISSPs, you know, that implies that you have a number of years in the cyber industry where there are fewer women and minorities to get to that level of certification. Whereas if you do a hackathon or you have people actually focused on demonstrating their knowledge, there are a lot more people that can meet the bar without having the certification that really measures how well you can take a test and how long you've been in versus the quality of your domain knowledge.